Hi, I'm Kevin Rambosk, and I want to welcome you to On Scene. In this episode, we will take you behind the scenes of the Collier County Sheriff's Office Aviation Bureau. We will also provide you with crime prevention tips and information about your sheriff's office.
Welcome. My name is Lieutenant Mark Cherney, and I am the Aviation Bureau Supervisor for the Sheriff's Office. So that you know a little bit about me, I've been with the Sheriff's Office for more than 23 years now. I was raised in Collier County and graduated from Baron Collier High School, after which I attended Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, where I obtained my bachelor's degree in aeronautical science. Following graduation from there, I came back to the Naples area, where I flew overnight cargo, charter, and flight instructed for a couple of years before joining the Sheriff's Office. I went on to earn my master's degree in public administration in 1999. Historically, the Collier County Sheriff's Office has operated a variety of aircraft since 1976, but it was not until 1984 when demand for airborne support was such that an Aviation Bureau was officially formed. All CCSO flight operations are conducted utilizing a two-person flight crew, being the pilot and the tactical flight officer for safety purposes. The pilot's responsibilities are to fly the aircraft and maintain the safety of flight, whereas the tactical flight officer's responsibilities are to search, communicate, and direct law enforcement units on the ground. Aircraft currently operated by the Collier County Sheriff's Office consists of two 1971 Bell OH-58 military surplus helicopters and one Cessna 182 fixed-wing aircraft. All CCSO aircraft acquired to date have been done so through the use of confiscated trust funds, federal grant monies, and surplus property programs. Much of our specialized equipment has been funded in the same method rather than relying on ad valorem taxation dollars. Now I would like to introduce you to a few members of our Bureau.
Hello, my name is Ed Henderson, and I'm one of the pilots for the Collier County Sheriff's Office Aviation Bureau. I began my flying career in 1984 in the Tennessee Army National Guard as a crew chief and aerial observer. In 1990, I graduated the United States Army Flight School in Fort Rucker, Alabama, and served as an attack helicopter pilot for the next 8 years. During that time, I became a deputy sheriff for the Jackson County Sheriff's Office in the Florida Panhandle, where I served 7 years both as a road patrol deputy and the sole helicopter pilot. In 1998, I began my career with the Collier County Sheriff's Office and have served here as a helicopter pilot for going on 11 years. The Aviation Bureau performs 3 basic flight missions: proactive, reactive, and investigative. Proactive targeted day and night patrol flights are performed based on crime trends within the county that are identified through the CompStat process. The purpose of these flights is to patrol commercial and residential properties to suppress crime and locate suspicious activity and crimes in progress. During a typical patrol flight, we look for vehicles parked in odd places in neighborhoods and scan commercial properties and rooftops with the infrared equipment looking for anything out of the ordinary. When a suspicious person or vehicle is located, we call for an available deputy to come and check the situation. We also use the helicopter to provide for officer safety. When a deputy arrives on the scene of a call or performs a traffic stop, we can provide overwatch for them until another backup unit can arrive. This is one of 2 helicopters we have here at the Sheriff's Office. It's a Bell OH-58. It's the workhorse of the Aviation Bureau. We do all our patrol work with this helicopter, and we have quite a few different pieces of equipment on the aircraft that we utilize that really help us out on patrol. The first piece of equipment, probably the most important piece, is the forward-looking infrared system. If you'll notice the gimbal here, you'll see 3 lenses in the gimbal. The first lens here is a daytime color camera. It has optics that'll reach out to a 200 millimeter zoom range. The next lens, this is actually a germanium lens. You can't see through that. Behind that lens houses the forward-looking infrared imager. The top lens here is a laser designator It's an infrared laser. It can only be seen by night vision goggles. Another piece of equipment we have on the aircraft is our searchlight. It's a Starburst SX5. It's 16 million candle power. We can focus the beam from 4 to 40 degrees, and it'll basically light up about a half a football field at night. Also installed on the aircraft is a microwave video downlink system. This system allows us to transmit live video back to the sheriff's office or any one of many remote locations. The Tactical Flight Officer, or TFO, sits in the left seat of the aircraft and operates all the specialized equipment mounted in and on the helicopter. This includes the infrared camera, searchlight, moving map system, and the law enforcement radio. The TFO's responsibility is to assist deputies on the ground by locating and directing them to a target. Unlike your family car, our pilots fly from the right seat of the aircraft. The pilot's primary responsibility is to fly the aircraft and provide a safe aerial observation platform for the Tactical Flight Officer to do his job. The infrared camera system is completely passive and utilizes no visible light source. It operates by detecting heat and can differentiate between two items 1/10 of a degree centigrade apart. The system cannot see through any object, including glass and below the surface of water. You can see this as I place my hand behind the glass that it disappears. However, if I place my hand directly on the glass, my hand will begin to warm it and an image of my hand will appear. We are still not seeing through the glass, only where my hand has changed the thermal properties of the glass, creating a warm spot. Even after removing my hand, an image of it will remain for some time until the glass returns to its normal temperature. On the Tactical Flight Officer side, we have a color video display that displays both the image of the thermal imaging camera system and the moving map display. On the right-hand side of the aircraft, we have all the flight instruments for the pilot, as well as radios, communication equipment, and flight controls.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Parker. I'm one of the pilots assigned to the night shift. I've been employed with CCSO for 8 years. I began flying airplanes in 1988 and obtained my helicopter ratings in 1998. I originally started my law enforcement career in 1991 with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office up in Tampa, Florida. During our patrol flights, we often respond to calls that are dispatched to deputies, such as residential and commercial burglar alarms, missing persons, stolen vehicles, robberies, vehicle and foot pursuits. Some areas can be checked by air that could not be patrolled by the road deputies simply due to manpower issues. The helicopter is a true force multiplier because from our vantage point, we can observe an area that would otherwise require approximately 10 to 15 patrol units on the ground to search. When the helicopter is utilized, an immense amount of time and manpower is saved by our ability to cover large areas and search in areas that could not be accessible to the deputies on the ground. The thermal imaging and night vision equipment that we have gives us a huge advantage by allowing us to see in complete and total darkness and greatly enhances our ability to locate missing and fleeing suspects. Investigative flights include aerial photography, surveillance, and event planning. Aerial photography of crime scenes provides a visual means to see exactly how an incident unfolded. Knowing where a suspect fled, where a suspect was captured, how far a suspect fled, and where officers were when the suspect was located are vital to successful prosecution. Reactive flights are call-outs that are flown at the request of a road patrol deputy or a supervisor for the immediate response to a call, where the helicopter can be an invaluable service in locating a lost or a missing person. We maintain flight crews scheduled on a 16-hour per day shift 5 days a week. The remaining time is covered as an on-call by our flight crews. Typically, our reactive call-outs are for crimes having just occurred, such as robberies, burglaries, auto theft, rape, or assault, and the suspect is attempting to flee our officers. Road patrol officers will establish a perimeter to contain the suspect and then request the helicopter and usually a canine to search the area. Once this occurs, suspect apprehension rate dramatically increases as the suspect cannot run or they will be seen by the aircraft. If they hide or not move, then that will allow the canine officers to track the suspect and make the apprehension. Of even greater importance, we respond to all calls where a child or an elderly adult is missing or endangered. Having the search capability of more than 10 road patrol units permits the aircraft to rapidly respond and search a much greater area faster than what the ground units could do. The same holds true with missing boaters and downed aircraft. Additionally, aircraft response to vehicular pursuits directly increase public safety by terminating the ground pursuit. Terminating the ground pursuit usually results in the suspect slowing down and returning to a normal driving pattern, thereby making it safer for all persons involved, inclusive of the incident of bystanders. The aircraft is then free to covertly follow the vehicle and direct road patrol officers until the vehicle comes to a stop where an apprehension can be safely conducted. If you see the helicopter overhead and it remains in one area for more than 2 or 3 minutes, we could be performing one of the many duties that we have assigned to us, from missing Alzheimer's patients to searching for a fleeing felon. The best thing for you to do is stay inside, lock your doors, and if you see or hear anything that's out of the ordinary, call the sheriff's office and let us know. If you are lost or you think that you may have been reported as a missing person, move to an area that's open and attract the attention of the aircrew by waving your arms or a brightly colored object. You can also use an available signaling device such as a flashlight, a flare, or a camera flash. With the night vision goggles that we have, even the smallest light from your cell phone or a lighter can be seen from great distances away. The air crew will make every effort at that time to signal back to you that you have been located. Most importantly, stay put until help arrives.
Okay, he's running west toward the building, southwest. Found her, and I appreciate you guys coming over. Thank you very much. Beautiful job, very nice.
Every so often, homeowners in Collier County are approached by strangers who offer to do services inside their home. The Collier County Sheriff's Office urges you to be very careful of these kinds of offers so you don't end up becoming a victim of a crime. Avoid using companies that arrive at your home unannounced. Rather, use companies that you have contacted and selected. Never leave a service worker alone in your home or where you can't see them, especially in the bedroom area where many people keep their valuables. Check credentials and identification carefully so you're sure you know who you're dealing with. And if they begin to ask suspicious or prying questions, ask them to leave and call law enforcement immediately.
Hello, my name is Sergeant Chris Gonzalez with the Collier County Sheriff's Office Traffic Safety Bureau. Today we want to briefly discuss red lights, in particular turning right on red. When approaching a red light at an intersection, it is important and also lawful that you come to a complete stop before you enter the intersection at the white control line, which is referred to as the stop bar. Once you've made that complete stop, then you can proceed with your movement on a right turn if it is permitted at the particular intersection. Remember, the goal of the Collier County Sheriff's Office is to make traveling within our county as safe as possible, and we need your help to do that. Thank you.
We hope you have enjoyed our program and we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you for being our partner for a safe community.